Okay, today I'm joined by Bob Desmarais of NHTunes. Good to see you today. Thank you for joining me.
You are welcome. Nice to see you.
All right, let's get this interview started. So, first question: how has your company adapted to deliver your product to customers in a coronavirus world?
So we're primarily service oriented, being music lessons, music and voice lessons, and we've switched to online lessons. We closed the studio before the governor mandated, about
Mhm.
2 weeks before, knowing that it just wasn't safe. So we started doing online a couple weeks before, and we have all 11 of our instructors are doing online lessons, and we've retained about 60 to 65% of the students.
Okay. Um, what challenges have you faced within the past weeks, and how have they negatively affected your company?
So number one challenge was a couple of the instructors aren't very computer savvy, so we worked together for the first couple weeks in the studio. And that's kind of why we did that early. Also,
Hmm.
was having them do this on their own was a big challenge. So that was number one. Number two was not foreseeing the fact that kids are doing school online. So a lot of the students, the ones that didn't come over to online, didn't because they were sick of doing online all day. The last thing they want to do is online lessons.
Hmm.
So that I didn't see that coming, that part of it. But and then just the scheduling logistics of people tend to forget when you do things online, so you have to send reminders to everyone. So I've got 60 reminders going out all the time, just making sure people are aware that their lesson's coming up today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, what methods have you used to restore customer confidence in your business,
Um,
if any?
Good question. A lot of it's just communicating with, saying that I'm not involved. A lot of times I'm kind of the face of the business because I'm
Mhm.
sitting there when they come in, and I tend to be personable and I just enjoy talking to people. So I don't get to do that now. So just keeping the line open of, I know the instructors do a great job because we've got great feedback. But
Awesome.
if there is any issues, feel free to call. Just give me, here's my phone number, just call me. Because it's I don't like to micromanage, but on the other hand, I can tell if something's not right at the studio sometimes, and you can't do that when you're not in contact with a lesson at all.
Mhm.
People just, oh yeah, everything was, I have 5 teachers teaching tonight. I'm not involved at all, so it's a different environment. So just keeping people in the loop. Once a week, I send an email to all our customers, letting them know where we're at, and then obviously if there's any issues, just call me directly. Feel free.
Do
So
you ever do like a Zoom call with your employees and uh, you know talk about how things are going with them?
no, but I do keep them in the loop also with, I send them the emails ahead of time of that I'm going to send to our customers,
Mhm.
and I'll tell them, obviously, if they have issues, just call me. That's a good idea, though, actually, to do a Zoom meeting.
Cool.
Well,
Um,
thank you. Thank you for that.
I'd also like to know if you're offering any incentives or promotions to customers.
um, we are running a promotion for new customers to try online. Um, Current customers, we just kind of stayed status quo.
Hmm.
Um, the instructors are actually making more money right now because their lessons were, they they took a big hit with the number of students declining.
Right.
So I ended up paying them more to kind of make up for that loss that they're suffering through right now. So got to take care of people.
Yeah, definitely. How much longer
So
do you think this virus is going to go on for?
yeah, that's a tough question, right? Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm kind of gauging when I reopen on two things. Number one, well, three really, I guess. Number one, like we closed, we'll reopen when we think it's safe to do so.
Hmm.
Number two, when the governor says open, that's when we kind of go, oh, wait, are we going to open? Then number three, when they start to open salons and restaurants, I think, especially like a salon where, it's kind of the same environment we have. I don't have a mass group of people in one room, but we have, so I
Most
think when
people
like,
close together, at least.
yeah, when salons open, and that people are going to them and feeling okay. And I think I'll make it optional for the first few weeks of, hey, we're reopened. You can either do online or come in whenever you feel safe with.
No, that's cool.
You know,
That's cool.
so.
Um, And just to wrap up here, what message would you like to convey to your customers, your employees, and the local businesses in your community as we struggle uh, through these difficult times?
Well, number one, the customers have been great. I mean, the ones that have stuck with it, which is most of them, I can't thank them enough. They really supported the studio and the instructors through this.
Hmm.
Number two, the students that haven't stayed with us, a lot of them, it's just either they've got, with the online thing, it's just too much, or they're financially burdened themselves. So I totally understand that. And for the instructors, they really stepped up. It's a lot of work teaching online. It's different. You got to be, not that you're not prepared for every lesson, but there's also like you got to go into it with a learning objective. It's a little bit different. You can't just play together and then kind of go from there. So
Hmm.
it's worked for them, and they've done great with that. And then lastly, we're not going to reopen until, just like when we close, until we think it's safe to do so. The governor says open, but it's still kind of, not feeling good about it. We'll stay closed until it's good. So.
Cool, cool. And that keeps your customer confidence up in your business.
Yeah, and making it optional, gives it their decision of, yeah, we're okay with it. Let's go in, or let's do a few more weeks online. Thank God for like Zoom type of thing where we can actually do this. Otherwise, unfortunately, the recording has suffered. I haven't done a recording session in a month. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much wiped out right now, but they'll be back. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I'll be back.
All hoping. Well, thank you, Bob, for joining me with this interview. I appreciate it, and we're all hoping that this virus ends sooner than later. We get that vaccine, and hopefully you'll be back in business soon.
Thank you. I hope so too, but I appreciate it.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Bob.